Run, Rasputin. Very fast.
Lucas Spielberg.
And this is Ashton Spears.
And we definitely watch WGS-TV. We're going to own it. Definitely we're going to own it.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, really. Respect my veteran!
Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer and ZFXTV. I'm the WrestleGamer. Double B Billy Bujo. Got a few people to introduce you to. First off, he is the studling man, Ashley. Ashley, how you doing?
Full forward, drifting slightly to the right.
Ladies and gentlemen, fresh off the purchase of his brand new PC, the host of Hardcore Wrestling Radio, which can be heard exclusively on Spreaker.com/HWR Media and YouTube.com/HWR Show. It's the Illuminous one, the Shining Star, Rick Star. And I know, Rick, after the day you've been having today, you must be shining quite brightly.
Is this take 2 or take 3?
Oh, God.
Anyway,
Take 69 with an octopus strap.
Yeah, well, I only like 69s when I'm doing with women, but in this case, I'll make an exception. I'm doing okay, Billy.
Censor, anyway.
96.
A resident paranormal investigator, the former Dixie Carter queef chaser himself, Andy is here. Andy, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I've got my scratch and sniff Dixie Carter t-shirt on. Fish.
Just what is that brown stain? Anyway, we got our two Instagib game show gurus here. First off, James from the Big Easy is here. James, how you doing?
You know, I just got called. I got called from y'all after I got off of work. So, personal foul, calling.
Oh,
15 yards. First down.
So we weren't giving you the business.
No, unfortunately, no. I mean, fortunately, no.
On that note, he's here.
Come on, that's a late hit. Come on.
The Bay Area MVP, known as Will. Will, how you doing?
Vicky, cheeseburgers, burn them both.
I had nightmares. I had.
If three people are in a 69, does that make it a 0?
Oh God. Anyways, I get more and more nightmares thanks to the wonderful people here on this panel. Let's start off with. We're going to be talking about Payback. This year's WWE Payback pay-per-view, which will be happening this Sunday. Brought to you by Milk. Anyway, I'm going to start off with the preview match, the kickoff match featuring Sheamus and Damien Sandow. Now, over the past few weeks, we've seen this matchup kind of develop in a sense. We've seen these two go at it with, intellectual battles, and I think just recently on Friday Night SmackDown, I think it came to a head in a sense when Sheamus bro-kicked the Atari computer, which Rick put so eloquently, and with the kind of graphics it was displaying, what else could it be but an Atari?
An antique, you bastard.
Or maybe I'll go even further than that in television, or ColecoVision for that matter. But anyway, well, I wouldn't put. Anyway, when he did that, that's when Damien Sandow decided to physically assault Sheamus, and you know what? I think it was at that time, I believe, Rick, you said at that point on the SmackDown review that finally they were doing something interesting.
I wouldn't say they were finally doing well. Yes, but it's when they finally is when Damien Sandow finally attacked him, because I was getting tired of these stupid little mind over matter segments. If not mistaken, it was when Sheamus even was in a feud with Mark Henry. He was doing the same thing as a battle of strengths. It just was getting really foolish, but yeah, I was glad to see something different.
Now, WWE made Damien Sandow debut a new signature move on Monday Night Raw. His version of the side effect, which I've been told has been called the silencer. So, I want to think maybe on that note, I want to pick Damien Sandow to go over on Sheamus. And I just see it happening for some reason. If they put that kind of emphasis on him, especially to the point where they actually put a new signature move on him, then quite possibly we could see that happening of Damien Sandow. But I'll tell you what, I would not be surprised after the match was over that Sheamus would come around and bro kick Damien Sandow after the match was over. But officially, my pick, I have to go with Damien Sandow. Now, let's go over to James next. James has the dubious, distinct honor of talking about one of the most prestigious championships on the line at WWE Payback, the Divas Championship, Kaitlyn versus AJ Lee. And guys, how did you like my hyping up?
That's all I got to say.
That's a maniacal laugh if there ever was one.
James, your thoughts on this match?
Well, for me, this is an intriguing match because really this feud has gone on for a year now. Even though they haven't really fought each other, but it's really been going on for like a year. When AJ turned on Kaitlyn for her view of not being there when she needed her, when she was all without the whole situation with Punk, Daniel Bryan, Kane, John Cena, all that stuff. So AJ won a battle royal in England for the chance to be the number one contender, and that was in April. Now everybody was wondering, now when is AJ going to get that title shot? Well, secretly there was a secret admirer throughout the whole process of a month. And I'm sorry, I'm outside too. I'm waiting for a bus. So if you hear a lot of the noise, I'm sorry. There's a lot of trucks and cars. But anyway, so yeah, but anyway, going back to
They actually let you outside.
Yes, they actually let me outside. Okay.
Jeff Gordon let him in.
Yeah, they won't let me in. But anyway,
Andy, you're mean, Andy.
Continuing on, we were all wondering who is the secret admirer. We found out this Monday we thought it was Big E Langston, but it turned out to be it was a cruel prank by the one, the only number one contender, AJ Lee. With this, and then how she been calling, she brought up the year and how like she called Kaitlyn trash and all this different names, kind of similar to what Dolph Ziggler said to her that one time in December. But how she delivered it was that's actually what made a good segment, even to the point that even JR in his blog said it was a great segment. Now, overall prediction for this match. This one is really hard for me because really I believe if you first would have said AJ and Kaitlyn will fight for the Divas title, maybe earlier, like at maybe a WrestleMania or Extreme Rules, I would have picked AJ in a heartbeat. But this one, with this storyline and how Kaitlyn now wants that revenge factor, it's really hard for me to pick this one. So I'm gonna flip flop most of the time, but for now, I'm gonna pick Kaitlyn. But I will not be surprised if AJ won the belt. And also, if AJ does win the belt, I won't be surprised if Big E Langston comes out and actually becomes an admirer of Kaitlyn and turn face at that point.
For a minute, when you said cruel prank, I thought you said cool spank.
Oh God!
I think when James said, when James said that it's going to be hard pick a winner, I'll be hard watching it.
Oh God! Anyway, moving on.
Andy, is it free where we are, or is it pay-per-view?
I think it's free, but I can go and check. I'm sure it's free this time.
Moving on.
Hey, I think they were watching too much of that, the whole thing with Layla spanking and grabbing AJ's ass for that new the new finisher.
She's the one that brought it up in her tweet because she's from Newcastle.
Anyway, anyway, moving on, United States Championship on the line. Dean Ambrose taking on Kane. This match came about by Kane's disqualification victory over Dean Ambrose. No clear-cut winner. The Shield interfered, and then also because Kane hugged it out with Vicky Guerrero about the match, and I don't know what's more disturbing, Kane hugging Vicky Guerrero or Vicky Guerrero hugging that Hardy's sandwich with her mouth. But anyway, Andy, I want to ask you this question. If they take the title off of Dean Ambrose, well, two questions rather. If they take the title off of Dean Ambrose, one, do you feel that would signify the end of Team Hell No and Kane as a tag team wrestler? And two, if they take the title off of Dean Ambrose, do you feel that it would hurt the Shield gimmick?
Yes, on both accounts. I think it's obviously they've split up Kane and Daniel Bryan now, and they're going to be pushing for Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton. Dean Ambrose and with the other members of Shield being in a tag match, I think they've already split up. I think that's carved in stone. And if they lose on Sunday, I think the tag team will split and they'll all go their own separate ways. We'll see what happens. It'll be an interesting thing. But I've got an horrible feeling that Dean Ambrose is going to win one over on Kane, because they've just made Kane look a complete idiot over the last 3 months. So I don't see what they would achieve by Kane winning when it seems as though they're trying to push Dean Ambrose. They've put all their eggs in one basket with Dean Ambrose, and I just hope they've made a good deal, because I don't see him long term. I see him short term.
So officially your pick is Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, officially Dean Ambrose, but I don't think it's really a no-brainer, because if Kane wins, what's he going to achieve from it? He's got nothing to achieve. Where if he wins, he's got one over on a superstar, and it's another feather in his cap, so to speak. So it's again a predictable win.
Well, up next, we're going to go to the Shining Star, Rick Starr, and I know he's got quite a bit to say about the Intercontinental title match being a triple threat match. Wade Barrett defending the title against Miz, and originally it was Fandango, but something came up and something happened to Fandango. What happened?
Well, we know that Fandango was injured. I think it was this past Tuesday at the SmackDown tapings, and unfortunately, we know now that he is out. And unfortunately, I wish you could say he was replaced, but I use that term loosely, by the fluke, as I call him, Curtis Axel. And for those of you saying, why are you calling him a fluke? Well, let's be realistic, because the man's not gotten a legitimate win in the 3 months? What is it, 3 months? Maybe a month since he's been in the WWE under Curtis Axel, and. He's beaten. Yeah, I again use this term loosely. Triple H 3 times. He's beaten John Cena twice. He's beaten Y2J once, and they're all just like these lame wins. The only person that I could say that he actually got a good win, a good match that I could say thumbs up to the guy, was Sin Cara. And I hate to say it, everybody's beaten Sin Cara. I mean, for crying out loud, I mean, it's not even that's not even a feather under his cap, I mean, when Vince McMahon can give you 2 wins over Triple H in one night, how can you get pushed over that? How can you honestly say, yeah? I mean, it's just it's disgusting.
Make a correction, 2 wins and a draw, because that 60-minute Iron Man match, there were no falls, so it's a draw. We didn't go.
Yeah, but the match never officially started. He never even gotten in the ring.
Didn't the bell ring?
Triple H ran the bell, but so far as I can, it didn't even start. So if you want to call it a draw, but even still, again, it's just disgusting. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I hate to say it, it's not doing him any favors, whether you want to look like it or not. Maybe it's doing him favors as far as giving him this nice big push, but in the long run, sooner or later, he's going to have to legitimize himself. And when he really does want to legitimize himself, people are going to be like, okay, yeah, this guy really sucks. I mean, look at what happened with Sin Cara when he first came in. Everybody pushed Sin Cara, and you know what? The guy was trying to bounce off the ropes and do all these amazing things with that little trampoline, and what was happening? The guy couldn't fucking, do that right. And now where is he? He's on jobber status.
Trampolines are hard.
Yeah, but the point is, where is he now? He's still a jobber status.
Rey
And now
Mysterio status. He's injured every month.
Yeah, from his tag team partner, no less. I rest my... That just backs up my case. There's just people, he's just... I'm sorry. I just, to give this guy, the Intercontinental Championship, which I think they're going to do, unfortunately, because I know the WWE, the predictability, the level that they are, it's just shit. I'm sorry. I mean, let's face it, Wade Barrett's been, on jobber status for about the past month, which sucks because I do like Wade Barrett, and I know Andy, who is my sidekick, a good friend of mine, does not like Wade Barrett. He's never liked Wade Barrett since day one. He said he's going to be a jobber, and unfortunately, he's turned out to be right. He has, I like his mic skills. I think he does have the ability to be something in the WWE, but for some reason, the WWE doesn't want him that. I don't think that Curtis Axel should be the Intercontinental Champion. If anybody, they should give it to The Miz, but I see it unfortunately happening. Wouldn't be surprised if they give it to the IC Championship to Curtis Axel. So enough ranting. That's my prediction.
On to the Studley Man Ashley next as we look at the WWE Tag Team Championship on the line. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns of the Shield defending against a team now dubbed by Michael Cole on Monday Night Raw as Team RK No, Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan. Ashley, your thoughts?
In essence, this match has two purposes. One, to put over the continuing strength of the Shield and everything. And two, putting over Orton and Bryan as singles competitors. Because the way I'm going to see it is Shield's probably going to win, thanks to some altercation and distraction kind of thing between Orton and Bryan. Orton will probably hit the RKO to kind of show the heelish tendencies that they've kind of been teasing towards. And then you could possibly have him go into a feud with Ziggler for the World Heavyweight title, because there's a lot of history between them. Plus the fact that you could actually have like a WrestleMania 13 Bret Hart Stone Cold heel face reversal there, and you could make Orton the heel and Ziggler the face and just transition it that way. And hell, you could even do it with AJ, and if Biggie Langston does love AJ, then that's going to put the interaction between Langston and Ziggler as awkward. In which case, you'd automatically side with the guy that's been cheered like crazy by God knows how many people across the world in the past few years, because he was overdue that title. For Bryan, given the rumours that he's supposed to be in talks for being in a shout of taking on John Cena at Money in the Bank, I honestly think even if he wasn't, Bryan would be a good person to put in the Money in the Bank match itself. And you want to make him look like a strong contender. Best for him to kind of look like the face in this affair, like have the match won and then have it all lost, and just as he's about to get the success, it all goes to crap. So, yes, short answer, Shield will retain.
Now, doing double duty right now for the Studley Man, Ashley, up onto a match which I firmly believe will be best match of the night. Chris Jericho and the returning CM Punk.
Now, this is the interesting one, because obviously the question is, will we see Punk return? I mean, I'm guessing we probably will, but there is the possibility that he may not, and all this talk about him being his client actually is kind of pipe dream stuff. I think they could tease that, but then Punk will come out. But I can sense from the way that you saw him leave and not really give Heyman any notice, it's kind of he doesn't know what's going on either. the fact that he was personally challenged, he's willing to show up. But I've just got a feeling Heyman's going to try and get his guy to win, which will cause a distraction to Punk, which will mean Jericho wins. Then you can see Punk basically saying to Heyman, look, I was doing all this stuff by myself and getting the chance. You just decided to hop on board, kind of thing. Which would be an interesting move, considering, you know, it makes sense. But down the line, could he be in a feud with Lesnar? More likely to be in a feud with Curtis Axel. If it's over the IC title, it doesn't mean anything. But yeah, I think Jericho will win thanks to Heyman getting too smart, and the Heyman dynasty may be collapsing on itself, possibly leading. I mean, if you wanted to do Lesnar Punk, I think it's too soon to do it at probably something like SummerSlam, but you could do it then. More likely Survivor Series. If you wanted to, WrestleMania. And then, you know, the ultimate Paul Heyman guy turns up at WrestleMania and that's Stone Cold. That'd be the swerve. That'd be like the fantasy bookers, like, oh my god, we have to see Stone Cold and CM Punk at WrestleMania 30. We have to. No, we don't. But, yeah. I'm just putting that in your minds to make you go, oh my god, we want to see that. I'm going to put it in the comments. I want to see that.
Well, up next, the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. The returning Dolph Ziggler taking on Alberto Del Rio. Andy, I immediately want to ask you this question. When it comes to the returning Dolph Ziggler defending his title against Alberto Del Rio, do you think it's appropriate to have his first comeback match after being gone for well over a month because of this concussion be basically a high-profile match at a pay-per-view such as what they're doing here with Dolph Ziggler and Alberto Del Rio?
Well, as I said before, I don't think it was a legit... Put your teeth back in, start again, take 4. I don't think it was a legitimate concussion. My personal opinion. I really don't think it was legit.
Rick, same question.
You know what? He's if he's medically cleared, he's ready to come back. Then you know what? Why not? It's just that simple.
No, yes, there's a lot of history with Dolph Ziggler and Alberto Del Rio. We've seen it before. I was really looking forward to what they were going to do in that triple threat ladder match with Jack Swagger being involved in there, and I think the timing of what they were doing, the way they were doing it. It was just a huge disappointment because I feel if maybe they would have had the ladder match with Dolph Ziggler not being injured, then the pay-per-view might have been a smidge better. I'm not saying a lot better. Maybe a smidge, a very small, tiny amount better.
Look in the dictionary.
Well, as Ashley was getting ready to play Scrabble,
A smidge is one of them marks you get on your underwear when you just don't quite make it to the toilet. That's a smidge.
Okay, thank you for that definition.
That's what the turned out to be.
I thought that was a Fandango dance move.
Anyway, back to this match.
That's what Curtis Axel's career could be.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's on the landscape.
As Rick starts to hate on the Hennig Dynasty, the
Hennig Dynasty? What dynasty is that? He hasn't done nothing.
Anyway, back to Dolph Ziggler, Alberto Del Rio. For some reason, I really don't think they would take the title off of Dolph Ziggler. Albeit that he's been champion for over a month, but he hasn't done really anything because of this quote-unquote concussion, as Andy put it so. But like I said, I really, the fans were really, really excited to see Dolph Ziggler become the champion. I know a few people here on this panel, too, also were very hot on the idea of Dolph Ziggler being champion. But for some reason, there are probably a lot of fans, why don't you want Del Rio to be champion? Del Rio would be a good champion. But I don't really think it would be his time right now. And we really haven't seen that much of anything at all out of Dolph Ziggler as a World Heavyweight Champion. So, with WWE taking that into consideration, I really got to put my pick on Dolph Ziggler to retain the title. whether it be with AJ and Biggie Langston out there or not. But up next, Will, the big main event of the evening. Everybody's been talking about it. Originally scheduled to be only an ambulance match, then it got changed up to a 3 stages of hell match. The first match, the lumberjack match. Match 2, a tables match. And match 3, and they say if needed, I guarantee you, it will be needed, the ambulance match. John Cena defending the WWE Championship against Ryback, aka Goldberg. Your thoughts?
Oh boy. 1, 2, 3 stages of hell. Alright. Cena and Ryback for this tempo type of match. Let's see. Stage 1 is a lumberjack match. Whoa, how many of these have we seen throughout the years? One too many in my opinion, but I think the lumberjack match, I think it's gonna benefit Cena on this one, because if anybody remembered on Raw how they were throwing Cena back into the ring, but when it came to Ryback, yeah, I didn't think many people wanted to touch Ryback, so that pretty much sums it up. So I'm gonna give Ryback the lumberjack match. Now, stage
I'm
2,
a lumberjack and I'm okay.
good for you. Now, the second match is a tables match. This is where a lot of things can happen. For better or for worse, not like marriage types, but this is where I think Cena is gonna take Ryback through a table, so we'll have it at 1-1. Now, third, the ambulance match. For some reason, as much as they're giving Ryback the so-called heel push of his career, this is where, and I'm gonna bite my pride on this one, and I'm gonna say this with truthful intent. Ryback is gonna lose out, and James knows this. This is where Cena, is gonna retain the championship. As much as I'm a Cena hater for all this
Yes,
time,
teasers.
this is where Ryback is gonna fuck up. Cena's gonna retain, although I hate to admit it. So 2 out of 3, Cena's gonna win 2 out of 3, and he's gonna win the match and retain the damn title.
Well, as we save the Cena debate for another time here on WGS-TV, it is time for overall picks on WWE Payback. Starting with the Studley man Ashley, and we're going to start with Sheamus versus Damian Sandow. Your overall pick,
Sheamus by DQ.
Rick,
I think I'm gonna have to go Sheamus, same way, DQ.
Andy, your pick,
Same, Sheamus.
James,
Farewell, Sheamus.
and Will.
Give me some Heineken. Put it down. No, just kidding. Sheamus.
Wow. Heineken. Anyway, the Divas Championship match up next. Kaitlyn defending title against AJ Lee, starting with Ashley.
AJ.
Rick,
This is really this is gonna be a coin toss. No, I'll give it to AJ.
Andy,
Kaitlyn.
Will,
We all did crazy chicks. Not everybody, James, but I'll go AJ.
yeah, I got.
I like crazy chicks too, man.
Well, yeah, chicks, not chickens. Anyway, AJ.
Hang on, I've just read the spoilers for SmackDown, and apparently Kaitlyn beats up Axana. I may have to change my pick.
For me, as I say, I flip flop. Can I flip flop to AJ?
God, that has so many double entendres in it. I just don't even know where to start.
You can flip the flaps if you want.
Because I think this is AJ's time to have that Divas title. That's why.
Yeah, and you know what? I gotta agree with everybody. So that's why my pick is AJ Lee. Now, United States Championship match: Dean Ambrose versus Kane. Starting with Ashley.
Ambrose.
Rick. Rick.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Ambrose.
Andy.
Dean Ambrose, it's a no-brainer.
Will.
Kane came in shine belts. Gives to Ambrose.
And James.
Huh?
That was Ambrose.
Okay.
I think that was Ambrose. That was breaking up.
All right. Well, yeah.
Breaking Bad.
Oh yes, definitely. But up next, the Intercontinental Championship triple threat match: Wade Barrett, The Miz, and Curtis Axel. This time, we're going to start with Andy.
Unfortunately, Curtis Angle, because nobody,
Axel.
nobody else is being pushed. It's to me, it's another no-brainer. I don't know why. I don't know why they're pushing the guy, but they never pushed his father, so I push him.
All right, Will.
Oh man, I don't know here. I mean, Barrett is losing it. Miz is not over as a face, so I'm gonna flip-flop my pick, and I'm gonna have to join the Curtis Axel bandwagon. Sorry, Rick.
If James has a good connection, James, your pick for the Intercontinental Championship match.
I'm down to 1% battery. I have a good connection. Axel. It seems too early for Axel. I'd give it to The Miz.
All right.
I think my phone about to die, so I'll talk to y'all later.
Okay. Well, we'll get his picks probably in the comment section of this video on the rest of the match. But Ashley, your pick for the Intercontinental title match.
Christian. No, sorry.
Yeah, it's that hard of a pick, isn't it?
Ultimate Warrior. No, sorry. I think realistically, I think you have to go with The Miz because Axel, I don't think deserves it. I think he's just a substitute.
He's just a substitute.
He's just a wannabe.
But Barrett. The problem is, if Miz wins it, we're gonna have another match with Barrett, and then Barrett will probably win it again, and that'll be like flip-flopping like a dead fish. Well, no, it wouldn't be dead because it wouldn't be flip-flopping. Screw it, I'll go with Miz.
And my official pick will be Curtis Axel. But up next, the Tag Team Championship on the line. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns defending against Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan, starting this time with Will.
Oh man, do I even have to? I'm gonna have to go for Rollins and Reigns here. Just going to.
All right, let's go to Rick Starr next.
I still think it's gonna be the Shield's gonna win.
All right, Andy.
I think it's Shield because RKO, whatever they want to call themselves, are just going to do themselves out of the match.
Well, you know what? I'm going to agree with you guys. I'm going to say the Shield, but I would not be surprised if they put the titles on Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan. I'm just saying. You know, my pick is the Shield, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. But don't be surprised if Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan walk away as the new tag team champions. But up next, like I've said it before, a match that I firmly believe will steal the show at Payback. Oh, well, let me rephrase that. Best match of the night.
Hang on. I never got my opinion of that.
Yeah, you did earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when you covered the match.
Okay, I just wanted to. Apparently, I wanted to speak again, or
He just hates feeling left out.
Well, Ashley, how about we let you intro the next match?
Okay, it's the match. This is like Mask versus career. Paul Heyman's career is on the line against the Mask of El Generico. Oh wait, that's already gone. It's Chris Jericho versus the possibly returning CM Punk to Chicago, Illinois.
Let's start with Rick Starr.
Who's it again?
Late.
It was Mr. Perfect versus the Ultimate Warrior versus Bret Hart from SummerSlam 89 and 91 retrospectively. Honky Tonk Man is refereeing. Jerry Lawler's got a gun.
My eye! My eye!
No, seriously, I think it's gonna be Punk's gonna win this one.
All right, let's go to Andy next.
Oh, I'm muting my microphone. CM Punk for me.
All right, Will.
I'm gonna have to go with the real best in the world, and that is
Ashton Spears.
Oh,
no. Well, I know Jericho's not gonna win it. I think Punk's gonna come. He's gonna show up at Payback and give Jericho the match. I'm gonna say Punk on this one.
Punk's gonna what?
as I remind
Hang on,
Andy,
the real best in the world. John Cena isn't in this match.
anyway, as I remind Andy to be a star, my pick is gonna be Chris Jericho. But anyway, which way you look at it, this is gonna be probably one of the best matches of the night. Hands down, Jericho and CM Punk. They've delivered before on fantastic matches, and I really. What? No. I'm stopping you there. Not gonna go in that direction. Anyway, up next.
That's what she said.
Oh God, the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Dolph Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio. Starting with the Shining Star, Rick Star.
First off, I'm glad to see Dolph Ziggler is back. I really would like to see Dolph Ziggler. I'm expecting to see Dolph Ziggler win this one, because let's face it, he has not really had a chance to defend this title. So, hands down, I'm expecting him to win this one.
All right, let's go to Andy next. Andy, your thoughts for Dolph Ziggler defending the title against Alberto Del Rio?
Alberto Del Rio.
All right, Will, you're up next.
I'm here to show the world. I'm here to show the world. Hoopity boop blah. Chorus, music notes. Dolph Ziggler.
And the studly man whose mind is in the gutter, Dolph Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio. Ashley, your pick.
Just because Del Rio doesn't deserve it because of all that. The only reason he got the belt in the first place was because Big Show was out of contract, so Ziggler.
All right, and finally, the WWE Championship match, 3 Stages of Hell. John Cena defending the title against Ryback, starting with Ashley.
Scott Steiner. Sorry. Had vivid flashbacks now. Pretty much it's going to be Cena. Because I want to see Cena versus Bryan. We haven't had that match yet. I bloody want it.
All right, well, up next, let's go to the Shining Star, Rick Star.
I have to agree. I think Cena's going to win it. It should be a great match. I think it's going to go all the way to 3 matches. These type of matches are kind of predictable in that aspect. They're not going to have just 2 and not have that ambulance match. It would be kind of like, why not? So they're pushing it. They've been pushing it, and they've been pushing it. To not have that ambulance match would just suck. So exactly. So they're gonna have that ambulance match.
Yeah, the salt and pepper reference in the picture show.
Oh God.
I lie big butts in the cannot lie. You always can't.
Oh. Anyway, Rick, your pick was?
Oh, absolutely, Cena all the way.
All right, let's go to Andy next. Andy, your pick for John Cena versus Ryback, 3 Stages of Hell.
Unfortunately, it's going to be Ryback because Cena's going to get screwed out of it. And if Cena wins, which I hope he does, but I don't think he will, what's the point of pushing Ryback so much?
I got to disagree with you, Andy. I got to say Cena wins. I really don't think Ryback is ready for a WWE Championship match. I don't think, at this point in his career, he's ready for that kind of main push, being the main guy, being the face of the WWE. I really don't think that he has enough
why are the WWE pushing him so much then? Surely they should take a step back and push him gradually.
How many wrestling moves have we seen Mr. Ryback do?
2.
No.
His boys' brigade stomp around the ring when they're on his shoulders and a foot.
How many have we seen Cena do?
I'm counting up to 9 right now.
I've counted a little bit more than that. I mean, he's, they've given guys Cena a lot bit of a hard time for that. And let's be realistic. Cena is a damn good competitor in the ring. He's probably one of the best mics, in the ring, Andy, as well. I mean, there's nobody else right now who deserves that title at the moment. So, I think it's just.
What the main event will be? It'll be a WWE 13 game with infinite finishes and signatures, and it's just going to be that between the two.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't see him getting it. I think it's just they're trying to build him, and it's a nice build, but no.
The only trouble, how many times have they sort of put him in the main event now, and he's come up smelling of shit? They can only do that so long before people will lose interest.
But you know what, though? That's happened they've done that so many times in the past, and I hate to say it, that's a Vince move. That's not a Triple H and Stephanie move. That is a Vince move. And you know what? We've been talking about this several times in the past, that Vince is still very much in control. Wouldn't you have to agree with that, Andy?
Oh, yeah. Vince, the only way that Stephanie and Triple H can get full control of that company is when he's pushing daisies up from the ground, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He'll never let go of that company, ever.
I agree. And
even when he's in his wheelchair, legitimately in his wheelchair, he'll still be running the company.
He's Ironside.
And I hate to say it, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing because right now he's made some mistakes because, let's face it, the way he's been pushing people, they've been doing a lot of the same matches, they've been repeating matches on SmackDown, Raw, even on the lame event, as I like to call it, or main event, as Billy, it's just matches over matches. Even people that they do want to push, they don't let the people underneath the lower cards get a win every now and then to say, hey, these guys do have some talent. Give them a shot and beat Cena 1, 2, 3. Now, if go ahead.
The trouble with Vince, he's found a winning formula in the 80s, and he doesn't know how to step forward with it.
Exactly.
He's still stuck in the 80s, and he can't move, and he daren't move. He doesn't know what to do. He knows it's a winning formula, so he just keeps bringing it round in the 10-year cycle.
Yeah.
And the modern fans are just not buying it anymore. Us fans that grew up in the 80s watching wrestling and so on, the modern fans aren't like us, and they want change. They want to move with... I mean, look how fast technology's moving. WWE's still, to me, stuck in the 80s and 90s.
I agree with you 100%.
Ironically, the argument went from technology starting from Scott Steiner. That shouldn't happen.
God. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, what we want to know now from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts, your predictions, your picks for WWE Payback coming up this Sunday. Be sure you put your picks in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Rick, where can fans check you out on HWR?
Of course, they can always find me on my Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Hardcore Wrestling Radio. And of course, if you ever want to listen to me, Andy, and of course, Will or James or anybody else on the show, you can listen to me or listen to us on Spreaker.com/HWR Media.
When Andy isn't busy chasing Dixie Carter's queef, he's also a paranormal investigator chasing the supernatural. Andy is a part of Stoke Haunted. Where can they find out more information about Stoke Haunted, Andy?
Yes, if they log on to www.stokehaunted.com, they'll get all the information they need, and there's links to various other places they can find me as well, Facebook included, Twitter.
We have an Instagib game show guru in the form of Will, the MVP of the Bay Area. Will, what you got coming up?
Tomorrow I will be live on Instagib tomorrow, showing off another piece of The Price is Right. Yes, I said The Price is Right. For any game show lover that loves the experience of a game show, I will be on live tomorrow, and of course with my new family here at WGS and HWR Radio.
Also, fans, don't forget to please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer and youtube.com/ZFXTV Network. So for the Studley man, Ashley, the Illuminous one, the Shining Star, Rick Starr, our resident paranormal investigator, Andy, our two Instagib game show gurus, James had to bow out because of his iPhone battery dying, so we do apologize for that, but I'm pretty sure, like I said, James will be putting the rest of his picks in the comment section below. Also, our other Instagib game show guru, the Bay Area MVP, known as Will. I'm the Russell Gamer, Double B, Billy Boudreaux, saying thank you very much for watching. We also like to remind everyone that Gulf Coast Wrestling presents the Rock in the House weekend with our very special guests, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll Express. Friday, June 28th at the Station Bar Grill in Broussard, Louisiana. Saturday, June 29th at the KC Hall in Plaquemine, Louisiana. And Sunday, June 30th at the American Legion Hall in Abbeville, Louisiana. For more information, please call area code 337-251-0546 or visit gcw-gulfcoastwrestling.com.
Vicky Guerrero is Bloated Snake in Metal Gear Solid 6.
Thank God we're done.
Stone Cold. Stone Cold. Stone Cold. Stone Cold. Spiritual medium. Stone Cold. Stone Cold. I'm Haley Ringrose. Stone Cold.
My name's Andrew Weatherall.
Spiritual medium. Stone Cold.